What's going on, guys? Brick Breaks here, and today we are reviewing this guy, a 3D printed Armada Optimus Prime that I made. Now, before we jump into the review, I just want to give a little disclaimer. If you're wondering what the hell is with these circles and my shades and why I have the shade on in the first place, I have a bright ass light in front of me giving me better lighting. Don't believe me? There it is, right there. It's bright as fuck, so I need to protect my beautiful eyes. But anyway, moving on with the review. This beautiful design comes from Transformers Armada, a show that is absolutely awesome. And Transformers Armada also holds the honor of being the only Transformers series I've seen from front to back. Not even Beast Wars. Not enough about that. Let's just jump straight into the review. Getting a better look at this thing, I gotta say, this guy came out way better than I expected. Now, this guy is basically a modified version of G1 Sideswipe by Toymaker 3D. For those of you who aren't familiar with him, he does great 3D modeling. I've covered some of his Transformers around 2 years ago. Check that out if you haven't, link in description. Well, getting in closer, you can see that beautiful head, which is literally just a direct copy of Riza's Optimus Prime. For those of you who are getting confused, Toymaker 3D also goes by the name Riza, so I'll be calling him Riza from now on. The only modifications I've done to this head, besides the color of the eyes, is putting the antenna on little pegs so they can go in at an angle to replicate the look he had in Armada. You can see that chest grill, and if you look all over the figure, I added in some weathering. Not that noticeable on the front, but if we turn around, it's really noticeable back here. On his really clean back, nice and flat. Yeah, overall, this guy, it looks like Armada Optimus. I can work with it until I can get the official Armada Optimus Prime, which I'm hoping to get today, at least order today. See some paint apps up here to further replicate his look in the anime. All of his tires are painted, obviously, and so are these stripes on his forearms. And he does have the smokestacks, which become guns. Moving on down, beefy shins. I almost said thighs for some reason, but yet bulky. And his feet there. One last look at the back. So there's that. Going over his articulation, there is a swivel here at the head. So it can only look left to right, but so it cannot look up or down. I really should have tried to use ball joints, but in my personal experience, when I'm modifying stuff and coming up with my own articulation points, I try to avoid ball joints as much as I can, because as we know from past experiences, ball joints tend to be a little loose on 3D prints, but whatever. These shoulders, however, are nice and tight on those ball joints. Ugh, Jesus. They can do a full 360, and even with his big ass shoulders, can get some outward movement, which, fun fact, this section of the shoulder had to be glued onto this section just so I can get it into the peg there. Bicep swivel here. 90-degree bend at the elbow. He does have a wrist swivel, but it's incredibly tight and limited as per tradition with Riza figures. So, I mean, it's there, but not really useful. Swivel at the waist, and he does have an ab crunch that can actually hold that position. All the official all the figures that Riza's designed that I've printed can't really hold an ab crunch. A lot of them can hold an ab crunch, but not Optimus, not G1 Optimus. This can flip outwards. Let me put that down to allow a nice. And yep, I kind of expected that. This crotch piece does tend to pop off. Nothing a little super glue won't fix. Jesus Christ, that ball joint's tight. There, it can move forward that far. It can move back that far. Let me get these arms out of the way. These side skirts can move up just ever so slightly, which allows for a beautiful spread. Because the hips are on ball joints, you do get a little bit of a swivel double bend here at the knee with a nice range of motion. Come here. Another thing I gotta secure on this thing. And the feet don't do anything because of how they're limited by these parts here. I'm actually gonna cut off part of that peg just so it can get in there all the way and not pop off. Even without an ankle pivot or anything like that, they actually can move up and down slightly, but that's it. Posability here isn't that great, but it's just serviceable enough to get some decent poses. Now, as far as accessories I gave this guy, his classic Armada gun, which is looking somewhat G1-ish. I've always loved this design of the gun. Really cool redesign of an iconic weapon. And that, of course, just plugged into his hand. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And even without ankle pivots, you can get some decent poses with this guy. And now, I'm gonna have to raise this up here for a size comparison with Riza's G1 Optimus Prime. If I can get him standing. Before I get him standing, App Crunch can't even hold. That's what I was talking about earlier. Oh man, stand. I can get him standing. It just takes some doing. There we go. Let me just back up. Damn, these two designs look great together. And of course, Armada Prime is slightly shorter, as he should be. So you can get out of here, Big Daddy. Please do not take that out of context, please. So that's basically it for this guy. He doesn't transform, obviously, being Riza style. I didn't include spark plug, which I'm gonna work on a spark plug eventually, but I'm tied up with currently printing Armada Megatron that I built out of Riza's Ironhide. Fun fact, that Armada Megatron I built is printing as we speak. At the time of this video, at the time of this recording at least, he's being printed as we speak. And I'm currently still designing Armada Hotshot. And after a Hotshot, I'll do Starscream. And then after Starscream, I might do Minicons. But yeah, I'm tied up with these Armada stuff. I've been falling in love with Armada recently. I don't know why. I guess it was a blessing. What I find funny is, last year around this time, I fell in love with Beast Wars. Now this time of year, in 2022, I'm in love with Armada. Coincidence? I think not. But that's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy, and if you did, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, turn on those notifications. Feel free to comment anything down below, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter, both at BrickBreaksOfficial. Yes, I finally changed my social media names. And I'll see you guys in the next video, and until then, peace.